The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark. On leaving the synagogue, Jesus entered the house of Simon and Andrew with James and John. Simon's mother-in-law lay sick with a fever. They immediately told him about her. He approached, grasped her hand, and helped her up. Then the fever left her, and she waited on them. When it was evening after sunset, they brought to him all who were ill or possessed by demons. The whole house was gathered at the door. He cured many who were sick with various diseases, and he drove out many demons, not permitting them to speak because they knew him. Rising very early before dawn, he left and went off to a deserted place where he prayed. Simon and those who were with him pursued him, and on finding him said, "Everyone is looking for you." He told them, "Let us go into the nearby villages, that I may preach there also, for this is the purpose I have come." So he went into their synagogues, preaching and driving out demons throughout the whole of Galilee. The Gospel of the Lord.
I was watching the news this last week, the Channel 23 10 o'clock news, and they were talking about how in Freeport we're going to have this marijuana, I call it plantation, they call it a center, they got to make it sound good, but and it just flabbergasted me. I'm like, what? What's going on here? I'm like, wow. And I've never in 1,000 years would I have expected something like this. And not that I'm opposed to medical use, but this doesn't look like medical use. This doesn't look like the purpose of medical use. Everything else that has medical use goes through the FDA. You've got government approval, and you get it to the pharmacy. But this has never been done before. Everything here. This doesn't look like something that is medical use only. It is geared towards recreational use. And that's what it looks to me. Just by standing back and just looking at what's going on. What are the mechanisms of how this is implemented? It doesn't have your normal tools, the FDA and those kind of regulations. It's got, you got medical centers. Okay, you don't have any kind of medical medicine that has its own center where you go pick up that medicine. But this does. When you look at, I know people are saying it's just for medical use only, but the future is not. That's not the plan for the future. That isn't what it looks like. It's like gears. It's geared towards recreational use. If you got two gears in an engine and you try to put them together, they're made for each other. And if they're not made for each other, they're going to grind the gears and the whole engine explodes and there's chaos. That's what happens if the gears aren't made for each other. The way these gears are meant for marijuana use in Illinois is geared towards recreational use and not medical use only. Because if it was made for medical use only, it would be geared towards FDA approval. Abbott Laboratories would be looking at it and trying to extract the good of marijuana out of it and making it into a pill so that it can be distributed in a way at any pharmacy. All those things would be implemented. Just by having the FDA would have regulations in it. Whereas when we look at how Colorado was implemented, it was implemented first for medical use only. And now it is open to recreational use. And it's a mess. I mean, when you start opening it up to recreational use, I mean, things are just happening over there like crazy. Now, this isn't me. This isn't Father Barr. This is what actually is happening over there. They're baking cookies and making brownies laced with marijuana. And they're selling them at the local gas station. Kids are going there and buying these cookies. At that age, I mean, that's during the development of the brain. It causes brain, it damages the brain damage. You know, medical marijuana can cause schizophrenia. I've got a friend of mine, I know somebody who has drug-induced schizophrenia. I mean, this is the reality of it. And this is where we're going? Is this something we want to bring into town? I mean, if you get another business, everybody knows we need business, we need jobs, we know that. 75 jobs. But now if we get another corporate company coming in here to town, another big corporate company coming into town, are they going to be worried, are my employees going to be high on drugs? Oh my God, that's a lawsuit waiting for them to happen. Are they going to come here to town? What about cases of rape? We have so many women who get raped while they're drunk. All you got to do is lace them with a cookie with marijuana, you can have had her. Holy smokes. What about human trafficking? Are we inviting human traffickers to the state? All you got to do is, everybody knows, oh, they're so mellow when they're on marijuana. Not a care in the world. Who cares if human trafficking is going on? All this other stuff. I mean, it's a great way for politicians to get anything passed to the law. Nobody can care. Wait a minute. There are some things here that are just simply wrong with this. The very foundation of it says, hey, wait a minute. Let's just slow down. Now, if there's medical use for it, fine. I'm not opposed to that, but we need to have your normal means of regulating these things. We can't be open to have our children. We're doing this for the protection of our children, for our grandchildren. I'm not doing this for control. Who cares about that if it's control? We have to make sure this is good for our city. We have to make sure this is good for our state. We have to make sure it's good for the people. And we're scurrying about trying to find jobs. Is this the kind of jobs we want? Is this worthy of selling out our children, our grandchildren to? Shouldn't we at least slow down? From what I understand, they want to start construction next week. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute here. Let's slow down here. Let's look at the facts. I don't know why Abbott Laboratories hasn't looked into it. I mean, did they find nothing? Is there not enough scientific evidence of it? If there's not enough scientific evidence of it, then why are we doing this? Why are we putting our children in jeopardy? And so, for me, I looked online. I went and found out the county board meeting, because it's a county. It's not a city. It's not a Freeport. It's the county board. So their next meeting is next Wednesday, February 11th at 6:30 at the courthouse. I'm going to be there. I'm just going to let them know I have concerns for this. I don't want to bring a coup there and, hang anybody. I just want to say, slow down. Wait a minute here. I understand that some people may benefit from it. That's their witness. That's what they tell me. But I can't allow it to be to the detriment to the children, to be the detriment to the city. So I invite you to come if you want, or call. You don't have to come. Just call. Let them know, because it looks to me like they haven't had any concerns. Nobody's called them. Nobody's let them know that you have concerns. So if you got concerns, call them. Let them know you got concerns about it. Call the county. It's the county that you need to call, not the city. So do that. I'm going to be there February 11th. I'm going to show up, give my concerns, and say, hey, I mean, the news I get changes every day, so the numbers, I don't know what I can trust. And I don't go to a politician to get the truth either, so I don't know what they can tell me. But at least I could show my face there. That way they know that, it's not just going to be a blanket thing just pass it. You look at the news, it's like everybody's happy, and wait a minute, that's not reality here. And we just simply need to let them know that. Not for the good of ourselves, not for control, but for the good of our kids.